So yeah, he's got like unlimited Grogu shit everywhere, and
unlimited
Grogu. Like every room has something Grogu related in it, and like he's the kind of person that Pickle Rick speaks to. You know what I mean? Like
right. Well, he turned himself into a pickle, and he never thought he would see that. He never thought he would see that represented in media. It was like being gay in the 70s or 80s. Being gay in the 80s is like being a pickle in the 2000s. Is that there will never. It's like the cereal guy, you know. There will never be Pickle Rick.
Yeah.
Yo, is that funny? No, but like Rick and Morty's fine. And I'm glad that Adult Swim finally had like a big mainstream success. I would have preferred it be something else, but like whatever. Like, sweet. People work really hard on it. It's just Futurama, but really mean.
Yeah. It's what do you call it? Nihilistic or?
Yeah, it's just very cynical, and it's not even as bad as people act like it is. And it's my read is usually a lot of the cynical stuff. It's like, what's next? Plant is cooler. I gave it to Barney. It's not like you're not supposed to, I know the whole like if you're idolizing, you're missing the point. But like legit, it kind of feels like. You remember that cooler you're not supposed to think that that's cool and based and like correct. You know, like Rick oftentimes when he's being really nihilistic is being annoying and like clearly deliberately obfuscating like what he really thinks.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, you know how the whole point of the ending of The Dark Knight is that the Joker is incorrect.
Yeah.
But like everybody that likes the Joker in The Dark Knight pretty much like missed that idea.
Yeah.
Like you missed the part where like actually people aren't like that and you're just like a big dumb asshole.
I don't know, man. You know, I was thinking about it, and oh fuck, what am I doing right now? Hold up. What?
You have to find Barney's cooler or something?
I got something. Oh, I gotta grab this thing from up here. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Fuck, what were we just talking about?
Rick and Morty, Joker is wrong.
Oh yeah, Joker is wrong. Out of like, okay, you ever notice how like some actor like plays the hell out of a fictional character, like a comic book character, for instance, and then that becomes like the standard. This is how that character is portrayed from now on. Like for instance, like Deadpool.
It blows. Yeah, it blows almost always.
Look, I found your missing stuff.
Like D'Onofrio. Hello, Flanders.
Here's your reward. A prayer from the Lord's number one fan. Our Father in heaven, bless this noble oath.
Stupid Flanders getting happiness from religion.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
Homer.
So yeah.
Actually, I'm agnostic.
Every like character, not every character, you know, but like somebody plays the hell out of a superhero, like some, you know, prestige actor or something. They play the hell out of a superhero character, and then that becomes like the way we see them from now on, or like the way they're portrayed at least, right? The Joker is like the only character I can think of right off the bat that like every single portrayal of him is different.
Well, it's like, see, after, I feel like that's true in a sense, but after Heath Ledger Joker, I feel like he lost a lot because everyone is trying to ape Heath Ledger, at least as far as being like creepy, like, and what they forget is that like he's actually really funny, like, like he has a lot of jokes. He is legitimately really funny and closer to classic than he is to how people act, but it's really exhausting that like for whatever reason like the default Joker voice that all these live action guys go to is trying to do Heath Ledger like, I'm crazy Joker. Like,
what if
like
I told you?
What if I told you that I was going to do a joke on Gotham City? But it's like, and it's like Mark Hamill is like to most people the default, And I'm not saying you have to, you know, do like a weird British thing, but like, do so. Like Jack Nicholson just did Jack Nicholson's voice, and I feel like that's fine. Like he makes it work really well.
Would you agree that Jack Nicholson might be the best portrayal of the Joker in live action?
He's my favorite, and I like The Dark Knight. I have a weird relationship with the Nolan Batman movies now.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I like Heath Ledger in that movie is great, but the like legacy of it or whatever, like every like Joker just isn't funny anymore. He is now like a serial killer terrorist trying to make some kind of weird point.
Yeah.
And it's like that's fine, but it's everything. And it's like I really like the Batman, but I feel like, hey, here's the Joker. He doesn't really look so much like a clown, so much as an ugly
serial
man.
Killer.
Yeah, like he's like his face is all he looks like a scrotum. He's and it's like you just have to be like, I guess that could be interesting. But it's like everybody's fan cast for the Joker. Everyone's like, when will Willem Dafoe play the Joker? But like, they don't do it like that anymore. Willem Dafoe Joker would be like you always, you know, do like you put the makeup on him, he looks just like Arkham, like the Arkham Joker model.
Yeah.
And nobody does that anymore. It's like Jared Leto, and I honestly think a lot of the stories are exaggerated for like the press. Like I don't know how much he actually.
Oh, Jared Leto lost his fucking mind playing the Joker.
He went insane.
He went bananas.
The role of the Joker. He's gone completely Cocoa Puffs.
He's gone nanas.
But it's like for a movie in which he is in like 3 minutes.
Yeah. That's the funniest part of the whole thing.
Don't think like what he's going for I think is interesting and I get, except for like the fucking like I'm like Harley Quinn. Like I can't think of a single thing he said in that. I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Like what was he fucking? What is that shit? Like the way what he has to say and do, I think is good, but the way that he says and does it is annoying and really difficult to understand what he's saying. Like I remember, like reading, like there was something like I read a description or whatever of the scene where like the Joker like deliberately. Like deliberately tries to like get that guy to sleep with Harley, and it like in a way like fucking with him, and I thought like, oh okay, that's the kind of that kind of sounds like a thing the Joker would do. That's funny, but then like in the movie the way it happens is so weird, and it's people pretend that they like Jared Leto or that we were robbed or whatever, but just because in their head they have this like confrontation with fucking like Ben Affleck that would never was going to happen.
Yeah.
It's like they don't like Jared Leto as the Joker. They really like Ben Affleck Batman, and they like that whole thing like, oh, Batman punched his teeth out because he killed Jason Todd. You don't know that. And what is that? That has nothing. That's nothing. It's the same like all the like the Snyder stuff. Like the other day when he was like, you know, actually the Amazons were Kryptonian, and all or the Greek gods were from Krypton. That makes Wonder Woman part Kryptonian. Like, one, you made that up. You just spend all day thinking of things you would have done if you got to make your fucking movies. Like. Yeah. All these people love the Snyder movies because there's this like ultimate epic Reddit like movie in their head that probably never would have happened anyway because the outline for his Justice League movie suck fucking dog. Do you really want to like watch the Riddler blow his brains out in like the first 10 minutes of a movie?
Oh, I forgot my mission.
Not especially.
Yeah. What? Oh, I got it. What did it say? I just fucking skipped right past that shit.
Oh, I was gonna say earlier, like, though, having said that about Family Guy, though, like, Homer doesn't really have, like, friends. Like, he does, like, Carl and Lenny.
Barney. It's got Barney.
Yeah, Barney is implied early on to be, like, his best friend, but Barney is just, like, kind of a one-note joke character.
Yeah.
Yo, Mr. Plow. And then the joke of Carl and Lenny is that they are just, like, attached at the hip and kind of, like, mysterious in a silly way.
Yeah.
Like, it's at least Peter has, like, friends. But it's very funny that none of these things ever give, other than King of the Hill, to their credit, Peggy has friends. Peggy has, like, she's consistently friends with Dale's wife.
Yeah. Something about something like what I was gonna say earlier with, like, the cartoon thing. Something about, like, Ed, Edd and Eddy is they kind of hid the world from you.
Right.
They didn't tell you what was going on in it. And then, like, the thing with the Simpsons is they show you all of it. And I think like King of the Hill's kind of in that hiding the world from you category, but hiding it behind reality, where it's like, you know, you grew up in real life and you know it's in Texas, so you know, like, certain things happen, right? It's like you don't need all the context explained to you. So I feel like in that way, King of the Hill kind of feels like, I don't know, in a way it feels like I felt when I watched it as a kid, you know, when it was, like, first airing and shit.
Right.
Because it feels like watching my dad and, like, his, like, friends and shit hang out, you know?
That's why I like watching Wayne's World. Because Wayne's World has that same feeling to me of, like, this is my dad and his friends hanging out when they were, like, my age.
Yeah.
I get that completely. Do you remember that episode of Family Guy where, like, they moved to Texas and Peter almost gets lynched because he's mentally challenged?
Yes.
Waxed and undercoated.
What's the deal with that? Like, is that a thing that happens? I mean, I'm sure that, like...
I don't think that's a thing that happens. I think you know, Seth MacFarlane has his little democratic, like kind of spiel he likes to go on, where, like, Seth MacFarlane likes to do this thing where he uses his show to clown on people that oppose his beliefs and stuff. And it's like,
well, it's
not that I disagree with his beliefs most of the time, but it's kind of immature, I guess, where it's like, haha, this is how Texans are.
It's
it's fucking like gun toters, like, fuck you guys.
I got a couple points. One of them is there are groups that happens to, but it's not.
Yeah.
They're not known for like if Cleveland was there or something, then maybe, but even that would be a little bit like okay, you know, but like.
I don't think I've ever really heard a story about people.
Yeah, like, I'm sure it happens and that's terrible, but, like, not enough to dedicate an episode of Family Guy to. But also, like,
Vengeance will be mine.
God, what was the other point? It was a really good one.
About Peter being mentally challenged?
Well, no, you had said, like, Seth MacFarlane.
He uses it to, like, kind of... He uses his show to kind of promote his own beliefs, basically.
Right,
like,
well,
constantly.
it's like... He also hasn't cared about Family Guy in a long time. Like, he only shows up to do the voices. So, like, Family Guy is so all over the place that... Even the stuff that is offensive, I feel like, becomes inoffensive just by, like... Listen, if you're taking this seriously, like, it's like, see, South Park, the only real problem with South Park, which is a show that I actually really like and I've been rewatching, like, from the beginning, the problem with South Park is that those guys, like, it's one thing to, like, have your stance on stuff and put that in your show and everything, but it's another thing to, like, they seem to have super bought into the, like, the people, especially younger guys, that, like, that is their, like, political compass.
Yeah.
And I feel like they kind of have bought into that and, like, really leaned into it. And, like, the best South Park is just when it's the kids. Everybody, like, everybody knows that. Like, the episodes is just the kids, and then, like, maybe there's some lesson. And they are, like, there are a lot of... it's so back and forth, like good with the bad, but when it's bad, it's like has hurt real people bad.
Yeah.
And it's really weird because like Mr. Garrison's Fancy New Vagina plays just as much, if not more, than like their the modern. It was like they did that, and then there was an episode about like trans people should get to use whatever bathrooms they want. Don't be stupid, and that's good. But then also there's the trans athlete episode from a couple years ago, where the whole thing is that like yeah, men pretend to be women so they can excel at women's sports. Which is like a complicated conversation, but it certainly hasn't. It hasn't happened. Like that doesn't like much like that whole thing is so like weird, but putting out there like ha 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 like Macho Man says he's a woman ha ha like it all gets the exact same airtime.
Finally, I can get some.
So it just comes around to being like. It's not only are they inconsistent, they also are like proud of. I don't know. It's South Park is a whole big weird conversation, and I almost remembered what I wanted to say, but I keep. What the hell was that?
It keeps coming slightly.